Hey guys, welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. So this is a new little video format that you're going to be seeing more of here. Each week you'll be seeing a little bit more and a little bit more. So make sure you stay tuned. I just want to thank all you guys that have been listening to the podcast from day one and all the new listeners that have jumped in. So I do my best to give you guys tips that are hard to find out there and teach you guys some strategies to be better fishermen and an overall better human being out there on the water and at home and in life. So I'm constantly working at getting better. And I feel that the older I get, the more I'm like looking at it more and more than I did maybe 5 years ago when I first started this podcast. So, guys, I created these courses for you guys to get better and also myself as well. So not just for you guys, they're for me as well. So it gives me more of a chance to script what I actually do for you guys. And for myself, I can lay things out and it just all this stuff gets like going in my brain and I'm putting it down on paper for you guys. And that's the hardest thing to do is to teach you guys what's going on in my mind. So what I'm teaching is universal stuff. And I think a lot of people are very confused that I'm just teaching folks about the Florida Keys. That is not the case, okay? That is not the case. I'm basically creating a blueprint for you guys. So how the blueprint works is the what, the why, and the how I do things, okay? The what, meaning that why I'm looking at things the way I do. What am I looking at? How am I looking at them? The tools that I'm looking at. And what's unique is that all this stuff falls into place for you guys in defining your where, okay? Your where to fish. The reason why I'm doing the next level courses are things are changing so rapidly out there. There's just so many people fishing. And what's happened is you have a large group of freelance captains out there that are like you're freelancing and you're like jumping on other people's boats and then other people find the spots. And then what happens is that when you get to a spawning aggregate, those areas just get clustered full of people. And those fish over time are going to disperse and those spots will be destroyed. Those spots are going to get pushed in other areas. And I'm seeing that as well out there. So just know that those areas that you're fishing, let's say for North Key Largo, those areas will soon be disrupted. Don't believe me? Just give it some time. Okay. So that's what's happening. I'm giving you the hard truths about it. Okay. So a lot of captains have like put things in place where you're not to bring GPSs and all that stuff. But when you're doing all this stuff, it's just a lot that goes into play. I have a firm no navionics policy. I have things in place that prevent that. And if it happens, it's bad juju on them. Okay. You have to respect that. And so what I've done is I put these courses in place so you guys can find new areas. Okay. And wherever you're fishing, okay, this can be up and down the coast. Okay. And it can be anywhere in the world. Okay. I'm giving you a blueprint that works. Okay. A blueprint that works. And in the next level stuff, I'm showing you areas that have potential, okay, using different tools now. So I cannot share publicly what I'm doing as far as training goes because of the YouTube mooches out there that have copied a lot of my content. And then the next thing you know, they have a video out the next day. So I won't be sharing any of those tools on the podcast either. So yeah, and I'm like, really, I don't give a shit. So I don't always have to be nice either. So I enjoy training people, showing them what to do, and I have my tolerances as well. So my number one priority are my fishing clients, and that's my number one priority. I want them to have a great time. I love charter boat capturing. I just love being a charter boat. I love everything about my business. Everything. I love to take people fishing. That's why I don't have a mate. And That's one thing about fishing is as being a charter boat captain, you start having to like when you bring in other captains to like run your charters and mates and relying on all that stuff. Yeah, some operations require it, but I see other operations, probably not. And you lose like you lose something. You lose an edge. Okay. That captain is not that guy. So he's not going to be you. He's just not. So, and then eventually they go out on their own, and then they take your spots, and then they start their own business. So that's the new age. So I'm just telling you guys like it is. That's what's happening out there, and a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. Well, I'm not. So, um, yeah. So I want people to get better. I want them to learn. I want them to learn why. I want them to learn how and what. I want them to have their own blueprint so they can be their own individual and their own fisherman. Okay, that's it. So the courses are available for you guys, and I really, get involved. It's a taking it to the next level with the deep drop next level. Awesome course. Thank you guys for being in it. We're just getting started, so not too late. And then I have a few other ones planned here for the fall. We go by seasonality, and yeah, wow, another next level Wahoo course. So I'm giving you the blueprints, and then whatever you guys do with it, that's totally up to you. So today I want to jump in and talk a little bit about SatFish. Okay. And I want to show some little things that I do, and then give you guys a little preview about it because it's been killer as far as killing the mahi, finding the current for bottom fishing, and it's super easy to use. That's my thing. And one thing about it is that one thing that I teach is you have to spend the time every day learning something new. Put away garbage content, and there's like, listen, you have to spend the time learning what water does, okay, and how water moves. And the only way that you can do that is by fishing at home, okay? And that's by pulling up the SatFish every morning, a couple times a day. You'll get some screenshots, satellite images, and one of those. You'll get a gin clear day, and you'll get some amazing imagery. Where it really excels is in late summer, when you're looking for that cooler water in the Gulf Stream, and in the fall. And that's something that I'll get into later on down the line. So I do want to show you guys some previews here today, and just give you guys some really simple stuff, what I'm looking at. And sometimes it's just best to say, okay, let's just dive into it, and I'll show you. And this is what this next level podcasting is going to be about. I've got some fun stuff I'm going to be able to show you through the videos, and I'm working on some stuff as well. You're going to like get to see some stuff, and then some other things I don't want to share. So until it's time. Okay. Let's dig into some stuff and see what I can show you here with the SatFish this morning. Okay. Really simple stuff here. Just I will about SatFish here. Okay, so here we go. And if you're listening through the audio, I highly suggest you start watching this stuff on YouTube, making the switch over. So you're going to get a lot more out of it. So let's dive into it here. So I got the old share screen up here this morning. And what's so cool about this is that you have the Florida Keys, okay? And then you got the whole Florida overview. Now I'm going to show you the Florida overview here, which is cool. Okay. Going to dive into this one. If it lets me here. There we go. Okay. Just a little slow here this morning. So, okay, so we have the Florida overview here, okay? And what we got here, we've a little preview. So you got the water temperatures up here in the corner, and then you've got the water color. You've got the imagery, And what that imagery, what's imagery? Okay. Imagery just gives you the full what's going on. We had an imagery shot at 2 p.m. yesterday on the 28th. Okay. And what I like to use imagery for is I like to look and see if I'm looking for anything abnormal as far as any blobs. What I really like to look at imagery for is in the backcountry and see what the algae bloom's doing here. As you can see, you've got the algae here, strong algae, but it has actually dissipated a little bit. Okay. So that's that. But I just look at that once in a great while. So you have several different things you can use. You've got the standard water temperature. You've got the raw SST. Then you've got the 3-day composite. Now, one thing about the 3-day composite is that the 3-day composite really is, in my opinion, is the absolute best, because if you have 3 days of stuff that's held, and usually stuff will hold together for 3 days, meaning that your temperatures will hold together for 3 days. Things take a while to come together, and then you're going to get a kind of a really good outlook on what's going on out there. So as you can see here, you've got like on your 3-day right here, you've got that little temperature break there. And then you've got these pockets of cooler water out here. So those are some of the things that I look for in the in that 3-day. So, and then if you got a lot of clouds, you've got this cloud that you have that cloud-free SST. So if you're not getting a good imagery shot, this is pretty good. It's most of the SST sites have it, but this one, SatFish, is fairly accurate. It's like I love the SST. It's been putting me on fish pretty good. So you'll see these pockets of cooler water out here, and that's what you're looking for this time of year. Okay, so so now let's move into watercolor. This morning we've had there's been lots of clouds, but let's move down to Key West here. So you can see we've got some chlorophyll down here on the move. Then that's coming up. That's coming. Made a little move there on the 28th. So you had on the 28th we had a shot there. Not every day you get a shot, but most days you do. And then you've got a shot at the 28th at 3 o'clock. I caught them right there yesterday. They were all over the place. You just had to hunt. And these fish aren't necessarily on birds either. A lot of these fish are on turtles. So, and you really got to, one thing about what I teach in the next level courses is when to know where to look for those turtles. And there's a secret to finding when those turtles pop up and when to be there and stuff. And that is the honest to God's truth. And it's a big secret to know where they'll see turtles and how they move. So, okay. So you've got this stuff you can look for, and really right now your best areas. One little thing with this is I want to share something that I haven't really talked about, and you can go to SatFish's blog and read a little bit about it, and I also have it on the blog. You've got the currents and stuff here. This is super easy to do. What I would do is, like, you're looking for where the current's at. Like, obviously there hasn't been much current down here in Islamorada, so you want to, like, up here by the elbow and carries forward. That's your best bet right now. Like up there, you can see how the current bends in. You can find a little bit of current up there. So, and then down here right now, there's not much. It's not much. So, but you can find the edge of the stream every day. You can just go in, you put a start route in. I leave out a tavernier, so you know that you can make it's 14 miles to that first current, and there's not much current out there, right? Really. So there you go. That's a good starting point. I wouldn't even, honestly, if you're fishing in this dead area, there's a lot of dead zones. It's totally up to you if you want to fish it, but I'm not wasting time. I'm out to catch fish and catch numbers. So for my clients. One thing about it too, a couple of the things you guys I haven't really talked about either is the wind forecast you get. It's very accurate. Very accurate, how they do the wind. And then you can see how the wind breaks over the humps, and you can also start plotting drifts and stuff. Also, you can find several different spots here using their contour maps, just a lot with it. One little thing I like, the altimetry, and that's something I'll get into further down the road, but basically looking for those pressure systems in the ocean. And my golden rule is I'm watching this here, and you should be studying this. Like, if you don't have this, you need to get it. And for the for how accurate it's been for me, and how successful it's like, it's well worth it. There's several different things out there, but this is like, you know, try two or three of them, but I honestly, this is my favorite. So I am looking for this right here, and this has been extremely active. This change in this color right here, and I'm not going to get into the science behind this or why, because you don't really, I don't really have time. I've got several different blogs out there that you can read and learn about this with the altimetry. So you want to be fishing. This is where you want to be. Okay. So right on that edge, and follow this. You want to follow that blue line every day. Okay. So in the next level course for finding a mahi, I've taken several different months of screenshots, and then also too, I'll put them some stuff in the blogs and stuff over time that'll help you educate and stuff. And with the podcast too, now the way I have it set up, I'll do a little bit more so over time. But anyway, so I just wanted to give you guys a little overview of it. And like I said, the biggest thing with this is making sure that you're spending a lot of time. And so you should be looking for the color that stood out to me right there. Basically what I would do is I would just, go and I mark it. So you just create go to your route, just put a mark there, and that's a mark to start. Okay. So you can make that your starting point, because like I said, all this stuff travels in the same line. You got to find the highway. You have to find the highway. The highways, or how they're the migration highways for that day. And they'll change according throughout the day. And like I said, right now, your best bet is looking at I'm not sure, you got to really look at it, but you can see that edge right there. It's a very light current edge right here. And this is stuff that you have to spend time on. And these little subtleties will make or break you. If you're not looking for them, if you're not spending the time, if you're one of those guys that's just going to run all over the place looking for birds, and keep spending that money and burning that gas, and come home with a couple little schoolies, then keep on doing that. I like guys like you. Might get lucky, find a piece of debris, and be a hero for the day, but it's all about consistency and catching. Like, if you're going to go out there, you might as well make it worth your while. Okay. Oh, I see a little subtlety there. Ooh, there you go. So I like that. So yep. And like I said, I may trigger some of you, but if I trigger you to get better and get involved with some of these courses, that's what I want. I want you guys to learn. Okay. So, and it's totally up to you whether you want to do it or not. There's more to it than just running out there and looking for birds. Oh my God. My dad used to do that back in like 5, 10. We've been coming to the Keys for 20 years. I like guys like you. It's changed, and it's going to keep changing. So, and if you're not adapting, maybe you don't care. So, but the guys that are like, I know a lot of guys that do care, and I like being around those guys and teaching those guys. So, there's that true color. Got a lot of clouds, and one thing about it is you can just keep track too of where all that cloud cover's at, and movements, and there's just so much to this that I can't even begin to even go through. So anyway, so I wanted to share that with you guys and give you a little preview of the SatFish, and I highly suggest that you get involved with it. Use my code, Good Karma, get you $20 off your first year. Every morning, you should be waking up and you should be looking at what the ocean's doing. If you're waking up and watching other people fish and hoping to find a nugget that's probably 15 years old of using a white bucktail and sending it down there with a strip bait on it, then all the power to you. Okay. I want you to get better. I'm got some stuff I want to teach you about the spawn and how to, like, there's a lot of stuff. So I don't want to, like I said, there's a couple of YouTube mooches out there that are copying everything I do. So I'm not going to give away too much, and I'm sure, and you'll know who they are. So, now I do have a couple really good guys out there that I fish with that I really enjoy. I really enjoy hanging out with Chad, Vic, Ryan, all those guys, good fishermen, a lot of fun to be around. Brooke. So, those people have come a long way. They've worked really hard on their content. Just down to earth people. So, good folks. So, I think that's all I got here. Guys, I have something new that I'm going to share, and probably maybe in the next podcast. I'm going to be like taking some video. I'll kind of show you back and forth what's going on at the boat. So with it, but it is something very cool. And some of you guys know that I'm bringing back a trolling motor, but it's not your average trolling motor. So I waited a few years, and because I would just, and I didn't go with that one brand that I had, that's for sure. That's still probably sitting in somebody's backyard somewhere, busted. One thing I learned too is like, with influences, don't easily, like, make sure you like don't just jump in when somebody says that piece of equipment's good. Give it a few years, wait to and ask mechanics. Okay, ask your mechanic, not somebody that's affiliated with the brand, but make sure you ask really good mechanics. Okay, really good mechanics. There are good mechanics, and then there are really shitty mechanics. Okay, so you guys make that call, but there's guys that are going to tell you what they want to hear because they're getting kickbacks, and so just know that. Okay, so I'm excited to share with you guys about it. My clients are going to reap the rewards that are fishing with me. So looking forward to seeing my regular people in July, but I have some availability. So give me a shout. Let's go fishing, catch some nice fish. You guys know what I'm talking about. But okay, so I've got a roll here. Stay tuned for the next level podcasting. It's going to be a lot of fun. This was just kind of like a little test out there today, see how things are going to work out. And I think it's going to work out just fine because I want you guys to really see some cool stuff. And that's the only way that sometimes I can show things is through videography and stuff. So that is all I got, guys. Thank you, guys. Make sure you guys get signed up for the rigging crew. You can go to goodkarmafishingtackle.com, sign up. I'm going to be doing my new squid rig that I'm using right now for dolphins. Super easy. Super easy. You just have to make these things up, slide them on the squid, and it's like super easy. It's like the absolute best. And the squid actually is durable and it doesn't fall apart. And I think I caught like 2 or 3 dolphin on one piece of raw squid. They just, like, it's pretty amazing. So, and I just kind of stumbled upon it. Like one morning I came to the boat and said, "Oh, let me try it." And yeah, sure as shit. And it trolled really nice. So I'll be showing you guys the rig, and then you guys can make it. And I'll also be doing the squid, or showing guys how to tie some really cool sea witches just like those really nice ones that are like priced really high. So I'll be showing you guys how to make your own and stuff if you guys really, and with some cool fiber optic hair. The fiber optic hair it bends light in the water, and it really does bring that bait alive. And there's something else to it. That's why some sea witches catch and some don't, is by using that fiber optic hair. So I'll be showing you guys that and how to color it and make it your own shades. And yeah, super easy. But that'll be happening in the rigging crew, as long as some other baits that I'm using that I'm skipping and stuff that's not ballyhoo. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Also to the audio, it's going to be still like the audio, but I encourage you guys to start listening that are still listening, not through YouTube, is to make the change to YouTube and listen to it through your phones and stuff. And then you can watch the videos and see all the fun stuff I'm going to be sharing here over the next couple of weeks. The podcast is back to being weekly again, and because I just love doing it. Okay. Just love doing it. That's all I got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram for updates at goodkarmasportfishing_FL_keys. Email me goodkarmaryan@gmail.com, goodkarmafishingtackle.com. You can get signed up for the courses, buy some shit. You know what I mean? All good. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Happy 4th of July. God bless America.